word has come crackling over the line that the rigging doctor is in town. For those of you who don't know what that is, they are fellow YouTubers, and we've been following each other's channels for probably about a year now. And they're from Baltimore, and so they're back home visiting friends and family, and presently having a meetup here in Fells Point. So I thought I'd stop by.
I know, right? We sort of agreed to meet and then a meetup. Oh, you're on Instagram? Yeah. I should actually go to my I'll just go with Patreon actually had a meetup with Baltimore. We're in the Asia. No.
Ahoy, everybody.
Hello.
We are, and this time it really is a we. We are coming to you live from Baltimore, Maryland.
And yeah, we're Maddie and Herbie from Rigging Doctor. And this is Kevin from How to Sail Oceans.
Yeah, I'm talking to my camera here, so.
Oh, are we just doing your camera?
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. Okay, start again.
But in any case, if you're not subscribed to either of our channels, which is the Rigging Doctor or How to Sail Oceans, please do so right now. Hit the bell so you'll get notifications every time we upload a new video. And we'll pause and let you do that.
Excellent.
Thank you. Herbie and Maddie here from the Rigging Doctor.
Can I call you
And
back
they just, well, I think it was last year, right?
Okay.
They went from the Bay. Well, I think you took a detour down to the Bahamas first.
Yeah, it's been 2 years of sailing.
Right, and so it was last summer. They went across the Atlantic to the Azores.
That's right.
Where they hauled the boat out and had a bunch of work done. And then just recently went from the Azores to Portugal. And no, they didn't sail back. The boat is still in Portugal. They took a 747 back, and they're
we're actually based out of Baltimore. So
every
we're
time we
back
come
visiting
back,
family.
Yeah.
It's been awesome that Kevin's here.
Yeah, so I originally found them because he also uses a sculling oar, but he has a lot more success with the sculling oar.
That's right.
So like we get up to about a half knot if I'm like really pushing. So I was like, how fast can you go? How's it working? And that's how it started. And then I saw that you were making your way up to the Chesapeake. I'm like, ooh, we're gonna be in Chesapeake around that time.
Right.
Now here we are.
And that's right, because now these folks are, I would say, quasi-engineless.
Yeah.
They do not have a diesel, but an electric motor, which I guess it can. I mean, it generates quite a bit of thrust. It can move you along.
It'll get us the hull
For a very
speed.
small amount of time.
Yeah,
right, but very short range.
Yeah.
So we use it just for like docking and maneuvering in a marina. Otherwise, there's no wind, there's no going.
And so, by the way, this is Morty here.
Yes.
This is, but he doesn't sail with them, and they did a video about that. It's mainly bureaucracy that keeps Morty ashore.
That's right. He's a boat dog, but he couldn't come across the ocean with us for multiple reasons. But it breaks our heart every time we leave him.
That's why we keep coming back so often.
He definitely looks like a sea dog there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's got the shorter legs for stability.
That and no tail to get caught in a winch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that was very specific and.
They cut their tails off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like with Dobermans.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because I guess their tails, a lot of times when they whack them, they'll break them if they hit.
Yeah.
Because
Dobermans.
Yeah, just the breed, the tail is
They're
so
very
fragile.
expressive with their tails.
So I read a thing. These people were in a gale with their golden retriever, and the tail got into the winch and amputated.
Oh no!
And then there was bleeding dog and gale, and they were full sail. It's like, where do you go first?
Right.
So
on
that is why
note,
Corgi.
Yeah. No tail.
Yeah. He sailed all through the Chesapeake with us.
Well, I've been here 3 times.
Our stomping grounds.
It's so far the rat problem seems to be under control. On a more serious note, we do of course have Hurricane Dorian.
Yes.
It looks like the models that seem to be converging that it's going to come up the coast and then head northeast off of Cape Hatteras. So hopefully I'll be, because I'm here at anchor, so hopefully I'll be safe here. The models are still saying the situation is safe, but this Dorian sort of came up very quickly and now is turning out to be a really
big problem. It's
the
just
Bahamas have been hit very hard.
it's growing in intensity as it comes closer. So
That's right. It's over all that warm water.
Yeah. I know people in Ocean City, Maryland are really getting ready to be hit, but
Right.
we'll see.
All
if
along the eastern seaboard.
Usually Baltimore is pretty safe.
we've gone through.
Usually the harbor is pretty protected in times like
We had
this.
Sandy, and well, Sandy was my first hurricane here, and they don't get real hurricanes here. They're very
Because we're so
it's
far inland.
protected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So all that happens is there is wind, there's some rain, and
Maybe
then the
rocking
tide
a
comes
little
up
bit.
really high. Like the biggest issue is the concern that the floating docks are going to come off the pilings. And in Sandy, I think it got a couple feet from the top.
Really?
Yeah, it was really high up.
Whoa, whoa, you mean those pines?
Yeah.
Wow.
It gets up there.
Wow.
But no hurricane has ever lifted the piers off, so
That's reassuring.
yeah. That's why there's actually scuff
Man,
marks.
we're really selling Baltimore.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great place, guys. It's worth coming. We love it.
Just don't swim.
Just don't go swimming.
It's also super convenient for boaties.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because from here, right behind me is Safeway.
And right over
it's a
there is West
supermarket.
Marine.
West Marine, behind that's Ace Hardware.
Yep.
Yeah, and right over there is Fells Point, which is like the coolest place in Baltimore. Lots of awesome food and drinks and everything you could want. Little boutique shops. We love it.
Speaking of which, we're about to go grab lunch there.
We
A
are.
crepe place, which actually, honestly, is our favorite crepe place. And we've had crepes in other countries. Still, these are the
Sophie's
best.
Crepes.
Yeah.
Yep, we love it there. So we're gonna introduce Kevin to our favorite crepes.
Oh, and Baltimore also has some of my favorite open mic nights, such as this one at Southern Provisions on Tuesday nights.
Leaves are falling all around. It's time I'm on my way. Thank you very much, obliged. It's such a pleasant stay. And now it's time for me to go. You're the moonlight's my way.
So while we've got some time, I'd like to read to you a short essay I just recently wrote. I have always loved big weather events ever since I was a boy, from thunderstorms to hurricanes. Recently, though having just crossed the half-century mark, I found myself following Hurricane Dorian with pretty much the same intensity of my youth. I love big weather events when I'm safely tucked away somewhere. Conversely, when I am at sea in my small sailing craft, I only wish for nature to remain docile and not give me any trouble. I am not traditionally religious, but I see the religious impulse in myself and so many others. I think a primary psychological driver of religion is a sense of powerlessness. Sayings like, "There are no atheists in foxholes," etc., suggest this to me. All religions that I know of center on the belief of some force bigger than humanity that ultimately sets things right. And this puts success in life back into your control. You merely need to follow a certain set of moral injunctions and you will be guaranteed a seat at the table. The catch being that that might not happen until the next life. In some ways, I think the present environmental movement, particularly when it comes to issues like climate change, is a religious one. The incredible technological advances of the past 2 centuries have resulted in immense human control of the natural world on a global scale. With our technology, nature is trapped, tamed, and put into the service of humans. And what's so bad about that? Climate-controlled living spaces, supermarkets full of nutritious food, jet travel to virtually anywhere in the world, a myriad of entertainment just a click away. Whatever you want, we have an app for that. So what's the problem? I come back to powerlessness. Back when there were open plains full of game, lakes full of fish, fruit trees everywhere, one could simply take to the land and live free from human control. But when all the land is owned, when there are so few fish in the sea that only large fishing corporations can utilize them, one has no choice but to play by someone else's rules in order to survive. You have to offer up your labor to another, and you have to be socially accepted. Yet again, it is undeniable that technology has liberated people. Just look at me, sailing the world's oceans in my own little ship, even earning some money at it making videos which I can post for free on YouTube. A mere century ago, such a life would have been an unimaginable blessing. I think what the climate alarmists really want to believe is that someday the earth is going to rise up and punish the man, with biblical floods, storms, droughts, etc., so that things will be finally set right for the disaffected. Opportunistic politicians are, of course, offering sweeping legislative changes to save the climate, which will, naturally, put the concerned but powerless into power. Tellingly, proposals like the Green New Deal offer guaranteed jobs or even guaranteed income. This would seem to restore everyone's freedom to live as they please, independently if they so choose. But that, I submit, is an illusion. Whether it be big business or big government, it is run by an elite group of humans, subject to human whims and the sometimes dangerous tendencies of groupthink. With such a structure and with the use of clever propaganda, monstrous tyrannies may form. It seems to me that the classical liberal formula remains our best hope, that the government should serve to guarantee its citizens as much liberty as possible and little else. You all do you, and let's see what happens. For we all know how partial we really are. I know that I only love hurricanes when my property is not threatened, that my understanding of any given thing depends on my interests. We are naturally afraid of freedom because we fear our neighbors may oppose us, do things we don't like, that the future may unfold in highly unpredictable ways. But so long as individual liberty is guaranteed, competing partial interests will have to sell themselves to the people. They will have no large threatening institutional power to impose on them to silence dissent. Where individual liberty reigns, there is no personal God, only a faith that the human spirit will reveal itself to be, on balance, a beneficial one.